Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you this kind of fun, sexy makeup tutorial for fall. So let's get started. First things first, my eyebrows are already done with the e.l.f. eyebrow kit in dark, and I also have primer on. So now I'm just going to be priming my eyes with the NYX Skin Tone Eye Primer to prep for our eyeshadows. Next, I'm taking the color Soft Brown by MAC with a 224 Fluffy brush by MAC as well, and just dusting that in my crease so we have our first transitional color laid down. Next, I'm going to be taking the color Vanilla by MAC on just like a flat brush, also by MAC, and just packing that on my brow bone. I would usually do this before my transitional color so I could just blend everything together, but you can always go back and blend, so it's not a big deal. I had just forgotten to do that. So I'm just packing that right on my brow bone and underneath the front of my brow as well. Next, I'm taking a color by NYX and the same brush as before, and actually I think this is a Sigma brush, and I'm just putting that in my crease as well to just make it a little bit more of like an orangey hue, and just building it up for more depth. The next color is going to be Sketch by MAC, and I'm taking this on a little tiny kind of pencil brush, but it still has some kind of fluff to it. And you're going to see in this tutorial that I constantly am going back into this color to build and blend because I just wanted this really blown out, and this color was kind of giving me a little bit of a hard time to blend, so I'm just going to be placing that only on the outer corner and the inner corner of my eyes, and again I'm just going to be placing that in there and then blending it out. So here I'm just taking a smaller Sigma brush to blend that purple eyeshadow out. Here I'm packing on even more of that purple eyeshadow, and again just with that little tiny brush to intensify it, and then we're going to blend it out once again. I sped up a lot of the process because it's like, how many times are you going to pack on and blend and blend and blend and blend? So it's like, it gets repetitive, but I just wanted to show you guys because it's very important to blend. You don't want anything to look chalky or choppy or whatever you want to call it. So then I'm just going to take this NYX kind of jumbo eye pencil, and I'm going to pack that right on the center of the lid. If you really want to, you could just put gold underneath what we're going to do next, but I liked how this looked. It gave a really pretty sheen without doing like a straight up gold. So once again, just going in with that purple eyeshadow and intensifying it once more. Okay, so now we're going to take the LA Girl, or LA Splash, what is it, the sealer for like your eyeshadows and stuff. Everything will be linked down below, of course, or listed I should say. And then I'm going to just pat that on my eyes just with my fingers. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or special, as well as my NYX Gold Glitter. And I didn't want this to be like packed on glitter. I wanted it to kind of look like, just like it was like reflecting off the center of my eyeball. So I just tapped very, you know, very sparsely, I guess, all over my eye. I just didn't want it to be like full on packed on glitter. I think that's beautiful too, but not for this look of what I'm going for, I guess. So when you're done with that, obviously you're gonna have some fallout. So I just took like it wasn't even wet, just a dry paper towel, and took that fallout away. Next, I'm using my, what is this, the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color 20. I think it's Sand or Sable. I just saw everybody else using their concealer, their Maybelline concealer, and I was like, I want to use mine, so I brought it out for this video, and I think I use it in my next video too. It's just a really good drugstore concealer. I spoke about this in the video I did for my everyday kind of makeup. This is one of my favorite drugstore concealers for, I guess, a couple years now. So after I blend it out with my fingers, I'm just going to take this kind of small synthetic brush by Sigma, and I've been really liking this brush to blend out my concealer. I actually don't like the big kind of domed one that everybody seems to like. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's too hard and it doesn't get right in that crevice of my under eye where I have fine lines. So I'm not really crazy about that. I would rather use that for cream contouring. Next, I'm going to take this kind of reddish brown eye pencil, and it wasn't sticking in my waterline for some reason, so just run this on the lower lash line because I just go in with black liner after, but this gave it a little bit of warmth. I couldn't find my MAC Prunella or Costa Chic, I don't own, so those would have been two options that I think would have went beautiful with this look, but again, I didn't have it, so just use what you got, which is what I did, and here I am just putting in my black liner in the actual waterline. Next, I'm just taking a small kind of shader brush and blending out the lower lash line so it's a little bit smoky. I'm using the color Soft Brown first, and then I'm going to take the Sketch Color by MAC the Purple and also blend that in the lower lash line and the outer corner and just slightly bring it in. Next, I'm going to take my, my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation on a Coastal Scents, just small, not a small stippling, why do I keep saying, what is it? I know what it is. It's just a Coastal Scents brush, and I'm just going to be blending that all over my face, per usual, nothing special. That's why I sped this part up, because sometimes I put it in my videos and sometimes I don't, but I just figured I'd put it in. But again, nothing special, just tapping it in my skin and then buffing it out. Next, I'm going to be setting my under eyes with a small tapered highlighting brush by Sigma and my mineralized skin finish per usual in the color Medium Plus. And I will be putting that again under my eyes and then all over my face. I just switched brushes because I didn't need that little brush for like my whole face. Like, ain't nobody got time to sit there with that little brush. So I put it on with a bigger fluffy brush by Real Techniques. Next, I'm going to take another mineralized skin finish, and this is nothing new either. I love using my 187 MAC brush and this Gimme Sun mineralized skin finish to kind of contour and bronze up and warm up my skin. So that's just what I'm doing here, the hollows of my cheek, around my forehead, underneath my chin, etc. Okay, so now that that's all done, I'm going to grab my MAC blush in Tenderling. This is a really This is a really pretty blush because it's kind of like, it's a sheer tone blush by MAC, but it gives just enough color where it just washes your cheeks, which is, I don't know, I just really like it. And especially if I'm going to do a lot on my eyes and on my lips, I don't want anything too crazy on my cheeks. You can actually just go with bronzer altogether if you don't want to do blush. And I did decide to highlight, so I used my, I think this is the Mary Luminizer by the Balm. Just pop that on my cheeks with the same, or on the right above my cheeks, with the same highlighter brush that I used to set underneath my eyes. I'm also using that highlighter to just pop in the corners of my eyes to brighten them up and open them, since we're doing a lot of dark in the inner and outer corner. Next, I'm just taking these random eBay lashes. I saw somebody on Instagram post about them and I thought they were really pretty, so I picked them up off eBay. I will tell you right away, they are a freaking you know what to apply. They were really hard to apply and it took me forever. Once they're on, they are really, really beautiful, but they are difficult to apply. If I find them, I will put them down below. Next, I'm just lining my lips with Nightmoth per usual and looking like a chola. And then I'm going to just deepen up the outer corners a little bit because we're going to do kind of an ombre lip. So again, lining my lips and just darkening out the outer corners. So here I'm taking a lip brush by Sigma. You can use any lip brush you want because it just makes it a little easier when you're trying to do like this kind of ombre lip to really blend everything in. So I'm using that and I'm putting it on the corners first and just trying to blend out those, you know, harsh edges from the darker color from before. And I'm using that, well, I'm not using that. I'm using the color Viva Glam 2, but you can use any dark red you want or any red you want. After that's all blended on the sides, I'm going to be taking the same lipstick and just blending it in all over my lips from the actual tube. And then I'm going to take Nightmoth again and deepen out the outer corners one more time. It's all about blending and going back and forth, guys, so just take your time with it. It's a little bit of a pain, but it comes out really pretty. So again, just going around my lips and deepening it up a little bit more. Lastly, I'm just going to take some foundation that I have put on a little concealer brush to clean up the edges of my mouth. I don't like it to look like it's, you know, feathering out or looking a little janky, so I always try to do this. If you don't want like that really harsh white effect around your lips, just use your foundation because that will do just fine. And then I'm going to take the same mineralized skin finish that I used to set all over my face and a small fluffy brush and actually set that foundation because that's going to help from bleeding. So your lips will definitely not bleed as bad with that. And then of course Fix Plus all over the face to set and you'll be all done. I hope you guys enjoyed this look and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!